When gaming on an iPad, it can feel a bit cumbersome. But ever since controller support is now available, gaming on an iPad feels absolutely incredible. It feels like I'm playing on a genuine modern day gaming console. So in today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and share with you my top 5 favorite games that play really well on the iPad and are fully supported on a full gaming console controller, which means it should work on the Xbox and a PlayStation 4 controller, whatever personal preference you prefer. So these are gonna be my top 5 recommended gaming apps that are really enjoyable and fun to play whenever you have downtime and play like a genuine AAA title game. So let's go ahead and begin. Now, in case you're unaware how to pair an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller, just pause this part of the video because I don't want to make this video really into like a tutorial guide on how to pair those devices. Now let's officially begin. So we're coming in hot because I'm starting off with my most played game on the iPad, and that is Call of Duty Mobile. This game is 100% free to play, free to download, and they're constantly adding new updates. You can purchase a season pass, but I haven't purchased it and I'm having a lot of fun. All the classic multiplayer maps from the older Call of Duty games are actually here, and you easily dominate whenever you pair it with an Xbox or a PlayStation controller. And don't worry, it matches you with other players who are also playing with a Bluetooth connected controller. This game is very active as it takes only a matter of seconds to find a match, as there still is a lot of players. And just like the full version of Call of Duty, there's a lot of different modes as well, like free for all, search and destroy, team deathmatch. If it was on a Call of Duty game at one point, it's on the iPad. And for a free to play game, I'm still surprised I'm not being bombarded with a bunch of random ads. You can still customize your classes, your loadouts, again just like the official one on consoles. And if you don't like to play those competitive modes, you could switch things up and actually play a free-for-all battle royale mode. Well, you could do solos if you want, but you could do it with a squad, and you could choose between playing in third person or first person, both of which give you the same point of view. So it's all personal preference because there's no advantage to the different point of views. Even got some iconic characters you could unlock from previous Call of Duty games. They did at one point have Call of Duty Zombies. I'm not sure what happened, but it looks like they pulled it out. Maybe they're gonna put it back in later on in the game after future updates, because they still have the zombie leaderboard, so it looks like they're gonna add it back later on. And yes, if you're on an iPad Pro, you can also adjust the graphic settings as well. All in all, Call of Duty so far has been playing extremely well on the iPad. It legit feels like I'm playing on a console. Just the graphics, you just have to bear with it. It doesn't look as well as like the current gen graphics right now look, but it still is doable and very enjoyable. And it's really fun to win a battle royale. Now, if you're looking for an offline story-driven game, check out Oceanhorn 2. It's basically Apple's version of Breath of the Wild. Now, the only thing I don't like so much about this game, it is a part of the Apple Arcade, which means you cannot buy it in full. The only way you can play this game is by being subscribed to Apple Arcade, but what you can do is subscribe to it for 1 month, play it until you beat the game, and just cancel it afterwards. Because honestly, this is probably the only enjoyable game a part of the Apple Arcade, in my opinion. If you ever play any of the Zelda franchise, it's basically Link. You could pick up items like Link. You roll around like Link. You swing your sword like Link. You cut the grass like Link. If you're caught swimming and you run out of stamina, you drown like Link. Very similar to Breath of the Wild. I'm still surprised these guys didn't get sued by Nintendo yet. But the graphics, the cinematic cutscenes, everything looks fantastic. Even the audio sounds awesome too. There's vehicles you can operate, and there's puzzles you can solve as well as you progress through the game. So it requires a little bit of thinking. There's also entertaining boss battles. That takes you a while to defeat because you have to think about their moves. Like, after a couple of trials and errors, you have the idea how to defeat it. And there's actually towns and villages with actual NPCs to interact with, which, by the way, they're also all voice narrated as well. You got side quests, so you have a lot of content here to play with. And damn, look at that water. Honestly, this game could have easily been a Xbox or a Sony game to begin with. because it plays like a genuine console game. And yes, without spoiling much, there is indeed a story. It's pretty common though. It's like, here's bad guys, they're trying to take land. And that's basically the quick summary. Now, if racing games are more up your alley, I have something that could quench your thirst. Similar to like the Burnout franchise, this racing game is hectic and crazy, but also enjoyable to play. Because it simply breaks the laws of physics and violates almost every racing rule. This is Asphalt 9. The game is free to download. And for a free-to-play game, I mean, I'm surprised the graphics look this good. And yes, the Xbox controller and the PlayStation 4 controller are both fully supported on this game. So you can literally sit back and just relax and enjoy this game. Just the movement, you are limited because you can't really steer your vehicle. All you could do is just control the boost. And you steer by looking ahead, by selecting if you want to go on a ramp or collect a NOS bottle, if you can see on top of the screen. But since there's a lot of chaos constantly happening, spinning your vehicle like a Beyblade just to take out other cars, you feel like an assassin to perform some crazy takedowns. There's crazy stunt ramps you could go on and will earn you points. And not only that, will also give you additional boosts for NOS. And surprisingly, this game actually has license from real vehicle manufacturers, which is really rare nowadays, especially since most manufacturers don't allow video games to like wreck their cars in games. I'm surprised these guys managed to get away with that. All in all, this is a really fun, enjoyable car game, and you don't really have to be a car person to enjoy it, as pretty much the chaos makes everything entertaining. Now, since the game is free to play, there are some ads which you can voluntarily watch. You don't have to, but if you watch it, you get double the points, to double the rewards. Moving on, if you want a game that you could easily spend over 100+ hours on, because, you know, once you beat the Ender Dragon, you can still do a lot more. And yes, that is Minecraft Pocket Edition. And for being a Pocket Edition, there is a lot of desktop stuff you could do on this now. You're able to play online multiplayer games by joining online servers with friends or family members, or make new friends online by playing popular modes like Skyblocks or Survivor games and such. Now, I don't want to make this video into like a let's play, but everything you could do on Minecraft, you could do on the mobile version now. So there's villages you can find, interact with, see creatures. You could do it all now on the mobile version of Minecraft. You know, Minecraft stuff. And the controllers is exactly the same like it is on console. Now the next game I want to quickly feature is called Alto Odyssey. It may cost $5, but it's totally worth it because it's one of those arcade style games. This is something that's more up your alley. The objective of the game is just to slide and last. Try not to crash into anything, collect as many coins as possible while performing some tricks. The more tricks you do, the faster you speed up, the faster you go, the longer your scarf is. The environment is constantly changing. Even creatures in the background begin to follow you if you've been going at it for a while. And even if you failed and you have to start over again, notice how the background, the season, the weather condition continues. So it doesn't feel repetitive. And the same can also be said about the music. The music does not reset. The music actually becomes more dramatic as you progress if you're going on a long spree, which again definitely helps in preventing this game from feeling repetitive. So those were my top 5 games, but I also have some honorable mentions. If you're looking for a real racing game with some real world elements that actually take advantage of the trigger and as well as the joystick on the controller, check out Grid Autosport. Again, this game has full console controller support and the graphics look fantastic, and they're also using real vehicle license and other real manufacturer licenses as well. You could race in weather elements like in fog, rain, heck, you could even race at night and use your headlights. Another game to quickly mention is Fortnite, which plays really well. I'm sure by now we all know what this game is about, but it's available and it also uses the Xbox and PlayStation controller. And if you sign in, it also syncs across your other accounts, so you don't have to start completely over. And there we have it, folks. That was my top 5 favorite gaming apps. scattered across the many different popular genre style games. I'll be sure to include everything in the video description down below, as well as a timestamp if you want to quickly overview it once more. And next to it will be those honorable mentions as well. Guys, if you have an iPad Pro and you want to check out some awesome dope accessories, you can go ahead and check out this video over here as I cover all my favorite accessories that I currently have on my new iPad Pro. And then that video over there, that's just a video that YouTube is suggesting specifically for you. Feel free to watch either or. Again, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.